heart-shaped herb to give you the powers of the Black Panther.
Every way Killmonger could return in Black Panther 2. Chadwick Boseman met his tragic demise in 2020 and the world mourned his loss. But now that people have had time to grieve, Marvel is back at developing Black Panther 2. Ryan Coogler is currently reworking the script to write TChalla out of the MCU. But how will Marvel do that is still a mystery. Some theories have suggested that Shuri might take the Black Panther moniker. A recent plot leak stated that Ryan Coogler is coming up with an original character who would take on the mantle of Black Panther. And then there are other scoops, which suggested that dead characters like Eric Killmonger could return. We don't know what to believe for now, but the return of Killmonger would certainly be welcomed with open arms since he is a fan favorite character. Michael B. Jordan recently claimed that he'd surely be willing to return if the opportunity arises. So let's just presume that he will be back. But how will Ryan Coogler make that happen? Well, this is a comic book movie universe where dead characters return all the time. Death is merely a revolving door in these films. So there are many ways which could be used to bring him back. Let's look at a few. T'Challa healed him.
It's beautiful.
The moment of Killmonger's supposed death was quite powerful. It is what made Black Panther one of the best MCU films. But Ryan Coogler deliberately used a wide shot when Killmonger collapsed. So it is possible that his body was still unconscious, and T'Challa had him healed in the nick of time. After healing him, T'Challa could have placed him in cryo-sleep. It could have been similar to how Bucky was frozen towards the end of Captain America Civil War. Eric Stevens was wronged all his life, so maybe T'Challa would have wanted to give him a life that he initially deserved. He did belong to the Royal Creed after all. You see what I did there? Wakanda resurrects him. In the comics, Killmonger used Wakanda's resurrection altar to revive dead soldiers for his army. It was similar to how Hela brought dead Asgardian warriors back, but Killmonger's reanimated soldiers don't look as horrific as Hela's. Anyway, the resurrection altar was also used to bring Killmonger back, so it could maybe happen in the MCU as well. Considering that T'Challa is being written out of the story, the franchise might need a stronger lead than Shuri, Nakia, or M'Baku. So who could be better than Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger? Atlantis revives him.
Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships.
Remember those dying words of Eric Killmonger? His last wish was to be buried in the ocean. And who will emerge from the ocean in Black Panther 2? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Bamer. Marvel has been setting up the arrival of Namor and Atlantis since Iron Man 2. It is highly likely that Atlantis will go to war against Wakanda in Black Panther 2. So what if the Atlanteans found Killmonger's body in his golden jaguar suit? Namor could have used some Atlantean technology to heal Killmonger. And since Killmonger proved to be a big threat for Wakanda, Atlantis could once again use him against his nation. Cloning.
Eric Stevens. Graduated Annapolis, age 19, MIT for grad school.
Marvel has introduced several sci-fi aspects to the MCU. We've got some time travel that was enabled through shrinking technology. Doctor Strange literally uses mystical energy. Hulk accidentally created an immortality machine in Endgame. Then there's nanotech, super soldier experiments, and all sorts of craziness. So cloning is an aspect that could surely be used. It is the only sci-fi element which has not been introduced in the MCU just yet. And since nations like Wakanda and Atlantis are technologically advanced, they could have a way to clone certain individuals. Besides his evil antics, he was an extremely skilled soldier. So either Wakanda or Atlantis could bring his clone into the mix. He'd be a perfect soldier for any army to have. Flashbacks. Because Killmonger proved to be among the best MCU villains, it is highly likely that Marvel will bring him back. But since his death was such a powerful moment, Coogler and co may not want to undo that in any way. So instead of resurrecting him, Black Panther 2 could just use him for important flashbacks. The Astral Plane.
Of the Black Panther and take you to the ancestral plane.
Like all previous Black Panthers of Wakanda, Killmonger was also infused with the heart-shaped herb. Through that, he also met his father, Prince Njobu, in the Astral Plane. So after his death, he could have ended up in the Astral Plane as well. Hence, another trip to this magical plane could be an easy way to bring Killmonger back. The Multiverse.
Wakanda forever!
Several Phase 4 projects will be exploring the multiverse. And Kevin Feige also confirmed that the MCU will continue to explore the multiverse even beyond Phase 4. So Black Panther 2 could also have a multiverse element, if Ryan Coogler doesn't wish to undo Killmonger's powerful dying scene. Then he could just bring in a new version of the character using the multiverse. Which of these ways do you think could be used to bring him back? Tell us in the comments. And make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook and subscribe to us on YouTube for more exclusive content. That would help us a ton. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.